Hey guys, how you doing? Just giving you some reports on earthquakes, live earthquakes that are happening right now. Um, Beside the point right now. So if you're wondering where I've been, actually been in Rumble, so you may want to subscribe to the Rumble channel, real thing, Rumble right there. Also the prophetic worship gathering, we switched that over there for all the prophetic worship and prophetic news there on there. So you can check that out on YouTube as well. I have links below regarding that. But this is a trial run. So as you know, the whole thing with the whole YouTube stuff and it's just hard to predict if you're going to be on the next day or not. So, anyways, I'm giving a live report of today, the earthquakes that are happening here. So as you see, the blue are the actual um, earthquakes that are happening, the bigger ones right now. So it looks like there's a lot of activities happening in the ring of fire on there. So you can take a look on that um, as we gathered on this part right now as well. So right there on the top, right there, you can see right now there's been a magnitude 5 point, and that's in Russia. So I believe that's near the volcano down there and stuff. So it makes sense about volcano eruptions happening there as well. And then we'll get more to that as well um, as we follow down here in the where's it? The Philippines. There's been a 4.7 magnitude there earthquake as we speak on there. So pretty big on that. And then going down here, we've got Indonesia, a 4.5 earthquake happening there, close to 5. Indonesia makes sense because there's a lot of volcano activities that are happening there as well. And then right next to it, uh, near there at the London Sea, as you can see, there's been a 4.2 earthquake regarding that. So you can tell there's some activities on there, very close to the um, area of earthquakes right there. And then we got here 4.2, another one in Indonesia there. Again, that could be the volcanic activity that's happening there, as you can see there. Um, Going down here, Papua New Guinea, let's see here, 6.3. I've covered those things before. There's always been a frequent earthquakes on a 6.3 earthquakes here. It could be because, again, a lot of volcano activities happening on there, or it could be something else too. So may want to check that out as well. But a 6.3 as we speak, and Papua New Guinea there, earthquakes there. And then we got here a 5.0 earthquake down in Solomon Islands. Again, more activities there. Could be volcanic activities happening there as well, or something going there. May want to check out the video that I had on the prophetic worship gathering on the segment I did about the giants, so you may want to check that out. There's been some, I guess, sightings of giants happening there. That's beside the point there. So there's some activities happening. There's always been activities happening around there. So you may want to check that segment on there again. So now looking at the other side here toward the United States. Let's see, I'm going to click on this red one here. 2.9 earthquake. Looks like in Northern California. Not too big, but close to a 3. And then right here, 2.8 in Nevada, close to a 3, not too big. And then going down to the inlands here, Colorado, wow, a 3.6 earthquake in Segundo, Colorado, 3.6. So what could that be? I don't know. By the way, as we were talking about volcanoes, just a side note here, I think there has been reports of Yellowstone, a lot of activities, swarms of earthquakes happening. I just read some stuff happening, and so it looks like there's some earthquakes brewing down there as well in Yellowstone as well. So something going on there. It could be the pressure point of lava underneath or something happening in Yellowstone. So that's around there, pretty close by. Going down here in New Mexico, a 2.6 close to 3. There's been some activities on that. Could be earthquake or volcanic. I don't know. Down here in CBC, 2.5. Not sure what that is. But going down here in Mexico, 4.5 earthquake happening. That's close to a 5. So there's some activities happening down there as well. Looks like the numbers have switched. So there's a lot of Mexico earthquake as we just spoke. There was an aftershock earthquake down in off the coast of Mexico. 4.0 as we speak here. There was a 4.5 in Mexico as well. So there's some activities happening there in earthquakes. So it makes sense when the bigger ones come and then it starts to degrade smaller and smaller. So we had a 4.5 in Mexico, right, off the shore there. And now we had a 4.0 happening there. And then around the area, see Puerto Rico, a 3.2, and then going on to different places here. Clicking down here in Colombia, a 4.5 earthquake, close to the one is the one in Mexico as well. Very interesting, right? And then clicking down here, a 5.1 down in Peru. Interesting. A 5.1 earthquake happening in Peru. So all down here in the Ring of Fire, some activities on that. Argentina, 5.2 earthquake happening as well. A lot of activities happening in the Ring of Fire. I just want to click onto this again. Yeah, so Solomon Island, 5 point, right across the 5.1 in Peru. Interesting, right? So it's like it's almost parallel. You can actually draw a line on that. Okay, going down here in Argentina, 5.2. I think I mentioned that as well. So earthquakes happening as well on that. So very interesting regarding these extra earthquakes happening as well. Looks like in Hawaii there was a 2.6 earthquake close to 3. Again, that could be dealing with volcanic happening as they're on there. So I'm gonna move on to Europe here as well. It's going toward Greece, a 5.4 earthquake there, and then right here, see in Turkey, a 4.5 earthquake happening there, straight on the line there, happening here. Now going down here, the other side, let's see here, we got Turkey, a 4.6 earthquake happening there, say a 5.4 in Greece. So that's where the shifts were happening here in these two parts here. I'm going to switch over to down to the volcanic eruptions here as we're speaking here. So as you can see, a lot of activities happening in the volcanic arena there. So as I mentioned earlier, there was a I guess an earthquake that happened, and swarms of earthquakes, happening in Yellowstone. So it looks like that's happening a lot due to also earthquakes happening as well. So that could be a spark of earthquakes as well, and different things happening here. So I'm just going to zoom into the place of I would call it the earthquakes and volcanic stuff. So as you can see, the volcanoes here of some activities here, 5.2, and there's a volcano that's near close by there as well. So you can tell there's some activities happening there as well. So Something is brewing here, as we can look here. Going out to the other crater here, New Zealand, magnitude 4.8. Four was it for about 15 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago or so, and earthquake could be due to volcanic stuff happening as well. Say 5.5, interesting, 5.5 magnitude, and that could be right there in off of the Pacific Antarctic range. Well, we know some stuff happening there, some interesting stuff, right? Very interesting. If you haven't, speaking about earthquakes in the Pacific Rim, here you guys saw that movie, the Pacific Rim. Sorry, and remember that movie. This is just a little side note. I remember down in Pacific Rim, that movie that talked about the UFOs coming out. That it wasn't coming there. The whole movie was that the aliens weren't coming from the sky; they were coming from the oceans, right? And they call it the Pacific Rim. Now, very interesting. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out the Tucker thing. Where he's talking about the UFOs coming out of the sea, and he had some, I guess, evidence or people speaking, whatever, about that. Very interesting, right? And it's interesting that there's a lot of activities happening in the sea. Volcanoes or what? Who knows, right? As you see on the right here, these are actual live earthquakes that are happening as we speak. And then the screen here in the bottom, it's updating as we speak. These are actual earthquakes happening here. So, as you know, right now, Mexico is active. There's some stuff happening there and stuff. So it keeps updating as well. Okay, what else? Earthquakes that were happening right now, and this is beside the point, but we have the earthquakes. I would call it the earthquakes of the banks, right? I think since Thursday and Friday, there's a whole thing with the Silicon banks happening there, where they had a bank run, they had to shut it down, everything, and then Monday Monday, whatever, they had a second bank happening now. So right now it seems like this whole week we called it Black Monday. I did a report on that. You check it out on the Prophetic Worship Gathering on these two channels here. Pacific Worship Gathering is the active one, and it's, like I said, it's like going through this whole ride here, because we just don't know how long we're going to be here. As you know, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Rumble one, Real Thing TV Rumble, and there's a link will be in the bottom there as well. So I'm always having a backup there as well, and not having problems so far on that. The Prophetic Worship Gathering was more geared toward basically the prophetic side, and we do that live Thursday stuff, so I put it there. But we're having some problems regarding there being on and off as well. I used to had a Real Thing Channel 2 as a backup, but now that's kind of iffy too as well. So I'm on here. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But anyways, I'm giving you a live report on this earthquake because I felt like sharing you with what's happening. Now, what does the Bible talk about it? Okay, Matthew 24 did talk about there's going to be earthquakes in diverse places, right? That's part of the sign, besides the rumors of wars and all that stuff happening as well, the skies and all that stuff. But that's a different subject, and maybe we'll cover on that. We'll see what happens. So looks like there's a lot of activities happening on that. We'll keep you posted, God willing. If not, I'll have to back it up on there. But it's good to see you guys again reporting, and we'll see how long this lasts. God bless you guys. Make sure you hit the like if you can. Subscribe to the Prophetic Worship Gathering as well as my Rumble one there as well, and here too if you can. But that's what's happening, folks. That's what's happening. A lot of crazy stuff. But anyways, a lot of activities happening. Keep your eyes on Yellowstone. There's some stuff happening, and maybe I'll report on that here to come. So God bless you guys, and stay cool. and be safe.